What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hydro Mind podcast. Kyle Russ here in the new studio, sort of. If you're watching on video, check out that new sign. My homie from high school made it for me. Lights up. I think it looks pretty dope. So, yeah, this podcast is going to be about how to get and stay in shape for surfing for the rest of your life. So, we're halfway done our momentum program that we started as a New Year's kickoff, how to get momentum and build a lifestyle around it. So it's a halfway point. So I want to give you a little check-in to let you know where I'm at, where our members are at. So for me, I'm at my landlocked house right now. We're preparing to sell this house, and then I'm gonna quit my career here and live full time on the beach, probably in like 2 to 3 months, best case scenario. So training is so important to me right now because I'm away from the water for a little bit. So I'm highly motivated. If you listen to the last podcast, it's like a month ago now. I started the year not good. What happened? So I got COVID in October, and COVID, I didn't get that sick, but what it did was it just lowered my willpower just enough where I cheated on my diet for the first time basically ever, in the last few years. And it led to the next thing, to the next thing. It's crazy how fast my momentum unraveled over months. And then by the holidays, like Christmas and New Year's, I really was doing the worst eating wise that I've ever been in a long time. Still exercising, I can't live without stretching and that kind of stuff. But the food was bad. Now, so I was looking forward to the momentum. So we started a momentum program to kick off the new year, get and keep momentum so you can build that lifestyle. January was the best year Hydromind has ever had, our best month. We took on more Waterman members than any month ever in the history, which is super, super exciting. So we have lots of people learning the system, learning the way we do things. And I'm back in there too, starting at the beginning. You know what I mean? Just doing the fundamentals, focusing on that stuff. So for me, when I first started out, like I said, I never skipped workouts or stretching, so that was pretty much good. I hadn't been as disciplined on the breath training though. So my oxygen efficiency, which is my body's ability to process oxygen efficiently, wasn't at its best. So I was looking to build that. And even so, I wasn't doing, normally I stretch twice a day. I wasn't doing that. I was just doing my stretches before a workout. So the way the program works, the momentum program, you may have seen 75 Hard. It's a really popular mental strength program built by this famous entrepreneur named Andy Frisella. And you do the same thing every day for 75 days. But the one thing I took from that is they have this calendar. It's like a countdown, right? You just cross off all the things or cross off a number every day you complete all the tasks for the day. And so I stole that template, and because the idea of crossing something off every day, I knew would be super valuable. So I made one for ours. Program's completely different than 75 Hard though. It's not like that. Ours is a fitness program. It's about building a lifestyle. So one thing, move your body every day. So what does that mean? It means either do the workout, like the full routine, which includes stretching, body and breath warm up, the paddle and the breath work, and sometimes some functional flow work, or functional movements. But if you're tired or if you don't have the time, you can do something called passive rest. Passive rest is using the opposite muscles of your paddle muscles, or your surfing muscles. Like a good example of that would be yoga. Jumping rope is one of my favorite. Walking's a great one. Running, biking, anything like that. Or surfing counts as a workout, moving your body. Or at the very least, if you are tired and need rest, at the very least stretch. So stretching every single day, no matter what. And that's to move your body. Next are the principles for eating right. So everyone gets a quiz that tells them exactly how they can eat based on where their ancestors were from geographically. So the way their bodies are evolved to process and metabolize food. So you get a list of what to eat, what are caution foods for you. And so you eat those 90% one ingredient foods. So that means like, what's one ingredient? Steak, apple, spinach, blah, blah, blah. And then to drink the right amount of water every day. This is a tough one. The amount of water you need to drink is a lot more than you might actually think. So the amount, it varies depending on how hot your climate is or like how much exercise you're getting. But at a minimum, you should be drinking half your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you drink 100 ounces per day. So I bought a 100 ounce bottle, even though my amount is 90. So it's just like a little bit more. Thing's huge. And I've been carrying it around for a while. Actually, I've been doing it for probably a year. But it still astonishes me. It's like you really have to put in the effort. It's not like, but once you drink enough water for a long time, you notice being dehydrated because you're used to being hydrated. So when you get a little bit dehydrated, you really notice it. Whereas if you have never drank water consistently, with being dehydrated is normal, so you don't even notice that you're feeling kind of bad. So, anyways, there's the food, it's the water, and the movement. Such important stuff. And these are so we do that. Oh yeah, another big one: no eating after 7 p.m. And that one's so huge. Going to bed because when you're digesting at night, it takes tons of energy to digest food. When you have an empty stomach, that energy is going to healing your muscles, to burning fat. But if you're using that energy to digest food, those other things aren't happening as much. So it's important to go to bed that way, waking up feeling fresh and great. So those are the things. And the point of it is not to be like 8 weeks to lose so-and-so pounds, 8 weeks to this. It's 8 weeks to build momentum in a lifestyle that's going to carry you through to the best surfing of your life as quickly as possible, but keep you there for as long as possible. So it's a lifestyle building program. And so the point of it is to make all these things habits, all the proper things habits. So once the momentum program's over, you got so much momentum, you just keep doing it, right? So another big thing about the program is weekends change, right? Because that's more realistic. Doing one thing forever without a break. So we use the 80-20 rule. So 80% of the time, do the right thing. 20% of the time, you can kind of let it go a little bit. So Saturday, Sunday, weekends, you don't have to stick to your foods. You can eat anything other than the 4 white devils. So that would be wheat flour, dairy, sugar, and table salt. Sea salt is fine. Table salt is sodium chloride. So you eat anything. You can have whatever is available to you in any quantities on the weekends, and you don't have to eat. You can eat past 7 if you want. So that's a more realistic thing, right? So like we said, we're building a lifestyle. So for me, man, I started out super hot. I was doing intense workouts every single day because I wasn't surfing. I never missed anything, but I kind of overdid it because I worked out every single. I think I worked out like, I don't know, maybe like 20 days in a row or something. So me knowing what I know about rest, I shouldn't have done that, but I was just, I don't know, I was trying to come out hot, and I kind of rushed. I rushed a warm up because I was short on time when I should have just stretched and said done with it. So I rushed it, didn't do it completely or as good as I used to, and ended up hurting my hip. So I took a couple days off from working out and just stretched, and that was fine. Good lesson. I've been perfect on the water, Monday to Friday. That's been the most challenging thing, is only eating one ingredient foods, because my wife's not part of this. My kids aren't part of this. The house is full of all different kinds of things. So being mindful, like relearning to eat, or remaking the habits of eating properly is the learning part, like the grocery shopping of it, making sure the fridge has the right things for me. And in our group, all the other members that are doing this stuff, most of the questions that everyone have are about the food. Because I knew it was going to be the biggest challenge. So in the beginning, I posted exactly what I was eating and gave tips on that, because I knew it was the biggest challenge. Because relearning to eat, changing that habit is the hardest, because you have like a whole lifetime of eating one way and then going to the optimal way. It's a big shift. You got to figure out how to shop, to cook, to plan, what you like, what you don't like. It's big. It's really big. So, again, the point is at the end of the 8 weeks to have momentum in that. So I got that down. Weekends have been good. Not eating after 7 has been great. It always feels so good. Even though sometimes I might want something, my wife's eating late at night. I don't, and that's cool. So it's been good to see the new members get involved in this and get results. I mean, in the water, like there's always friction when it comes to new lifestyle stuff. But when you get results in the water, that pays off so much, because surfing, catching waves, gives you an emotional reward, joy, happiness. That's a real energy. It's not in your mind, although it is partially, but it's not just in your mind. It's actual fuel for you and your day. And you can use that to fuel your lifestyle. So catching extra waves goes it's like the most important part for a surfer to fuel a healthy lifestyle, because you know that it's working. You're getting that reward. Having that built-in reward system that feeds itself is the most spectacular thing when you're doing surf training. So that's huge. So it's been great to see that. So the next 4 weeks, more of the same. Where I'm at now, I feel so great. One thing is, so I've been stretching twice a day again, stretching at night. Flexibility is not the best it's ever been, but it's close. I'm getting back to, and it's but in most areas I'm back. Just my hamstrings are really tight still. My oxygen efficiency better than ever. I've been diligent once a week doing the hardcore breath training. So the cotton side simulation, the emotional intercept, which is I've talked about in the past. Very intense stuff. It's stressful. One of the members, Ben, he calls it dry drowning, which he's not wrong. But the cool thing about that is, having done it lots in the past and then kind of tapered off, and now I'm back doing it full on, it's becoming so normal. So what you do, you're trying to get rid of all the oxygen in your body and stay calm doing it and recover really fast when you have one recovery breath. And you get really good at using that recovery breath. So you can I can literally feel every single oxygen molecule I have and my body processing it, because it just becomes so valuable. And it's great. And so even though it is uncomfortable, I'm more comfortable being uncomfortable. So it's like normal. I almost get into like a euphoric meditative state and I do it with a timer, and the timer sometimes just like is over so fast because I just get in the zone. I'm just like, it's so interesting how restricting oxygen can like narrow your focus and distort time, which is cool because just becoming more comfortable in that situation. So my oxygen efficiency, probably the best it's ever been. One, flexibility, pretty much the best it's been ever. I'm injury free. Other than that, food's been great. I haven't lost as much weight as I thought, but I think because I worked out so much in the beginning, I was putting on a little bit more muscle. So I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna do lighter weight, and taper it off a little bit. But anyways, I'm super happy with where I'm at. So these next 4 weeks, I'm really looking forward to, because I got great momentum. I know exactly what I'm doing again, and my body's feeling better than ever. And by the end of the next 4 weeks, it's gonna feel even better. And then I'm gonna carry that through the whole year. So if you're listening to this and you're not in the Waterman program, this is super important. You don't have to wait for another momentum program to start. You can start today. You're going to get all the training everyone's doing. You can get the diet, the workouts, the plan, the accountability, the community, everything that I'm doing every day and that all of our members are already doing, you can have access to today if you sign up. So please, if you are listening to this and you're like, man, I want that. I want momentum. I want to get my eating straight. I want to get my workouts to be habits, not painful things. I want my surfing to go straight up. I want my wave count to go through the roof like all you and your Waterman members. You can start today. You do not have to wait for a momentum program. You can get all these momentum practices right now. So if that's you and you aren't where you want to be with your lifestyle, your diet, your body weight, your surfing, your flexibility, you have injuries, this is the best way to do it. Use your passion for surfing as fuel to get you there. It'll get you past those hard parts when you're using your willpower to push. It's going to get you those more waves. And then you're going to have momentum. You're going to have that real emotional energy that's fueling your lifestyle forever. This is the most valuable thing that someone that is surfing can do, because like I mentioned, you have that built-in reward system, more waves, to fuel you during the tough times and give you even an extra boost when things are going good, man. So if you want to get in the best surfing shape of your life, stay there literally forever. My goal for you is to have you surfing at the highest level possible, staying in the water deep into your 80s and beyond. I want you to teach your grandchildren how to surf. So this is what we do, the Waterman Elite program. I want you involved. So all you got to do, the easiest way, there will be a link below here with some info. But if you're on Instagram, go to the DMs, DM me the word Waterman. Then I'll know that you're interested. We'll start having a conversation about whether it's for you or not for you. And if it is, we'll send you an invite to be part of our program. And I will love to help you rebuild all these habits and lifestyle practices that are going to make you the healthiest person possible. And as a benefit, you're going to catch the best waves of your life, and a lot of them. So my name is Kyle Russ. This is the Hydro Mind Podcast. Thanks a lot for listening.